Good morning, Americans. This is your favorite alien here on the morning of Thursday, September 12th, 2024. Well, on Tuesday, September 10th, you had what you were hyping as the debate between Donald J. Trump and Kamala Harris. For those of you who are not fans of either one of them, and I'm talking the majority of Americans, that's over 220 million of you, who didn't watch the debate, you didn't miss much. They didn't say anything that you would like to hear. All you heard was Trump growling when his lies were put up to there, and Kamala Harris trying to say absolutely nothing while trying to say something that the Americans could interpret as something. I don't get it. It's not whether you're Republican, Democrat, liberal, conservative, left wing, right wing. You got an American public you have to save. And I didn't hear none of those two supposedly candidates. To me, it's a green apple, meaning Harris, and a rotten apple, meaning Trump. And they're both bad if you had both of them. You bit into both of them, you know what I mean. You bitten into a green apple, oh boy, that's you know that taste, right? Especially a rotten apple. Oh boy, do you know that taste. And that's what Democrats and Republicans are. The Republicans are a rotten apple because they're instead of staying away from Donald Trump, we support our nominee. And the Democrats are the same way with Kamala Harris. Where is there a person that thinks of the American public, the United States of America, as a caretaker? Because you got to make huge decisions, and it's not any of those to fix the $34 trillion debt, the growing immigration problem. You got to integrate your society to be American, basically human and American, so you can tell the other countries on this planet you have to integrate it to a human society. So you got to make it American/human. And this is one of the ways that I really like the slash, because there's no difference in a slash. American/human means the American value is the human value. It's not your capitalism. It's not your federal republic. It's not your democracy. It's human values. And what is a human? Well, it'll take me a long time to explain that, being from another planet. But you got some qualities that are very good on this planet, but you never use them. You use all your bad ones, especially Donald J. Trump and Kamala Harris and all their cohorts. That is bad for your planet. And then you got President Xi and Vladimir Putin over in Russia. Yeah. Oh, and don't forget about the Ukrainians. They're talking about territory. Ukraine has never had a full territory. Explain to them, President Zelensky, that you were part of the Polish Confederation and Commonwealth before that, and the Russians controlled 1/3 of your territory. You never had the territory that you do now. So why don't you go by the 1795 Ukraine, when they got split, after the Commonwealth of Poland, and what was it? Was it Estonian? The Latvian Polish Commonwealth was defeated, so Russia got a portion of it, and another part got the Prussians got the other part in 1795, and Ukraine became part of Russia and part of Prussia for a little bit. It was like they partitioning Poland too. Remember 1795? So why don't you do it that way? Make Ukraine the way it was in 1795. Because the Russians have a beef there. Okay? In this war, Putin has a beef, unfortunately, that you got to worry about. You can't control territory you never held, Ukraine. And just because you had Nikita Khrushchev as head of the Soviet Union, well, he gave you the Crimea and took it away from the Russian Federation in 1954. That was a disaster. That should never have happened. So that one in 2014, I'll give it back to Russia. But Russia, on the other hand, has to decide, do they really want Putin to govern their affairs on there? Really? You can't reconstitute the Soviet Union. And your Russian Federation has problems of its own. You got people that hate you. Same as the Americans. You haven't integrated your society in America. You got slash this and slash that, and they have their own values. Come to Michigan and go to Dearborn. It's all Arabic. Hamtramck, it used to be Polish, now it's Arabic. So when you have another enclave come in and take somebody else's enclave, that's really bad. I used to like Hamtramck because it was still American, but it had Polish aspects to it when I was here back in the 1980s and 70s. Hamtramck was a nice place. It's an awful place now. You who live in Michigan know what I mean. A lot of people go to Frankenmuth here in Michigan. It's a German place. They got two restaurants that are good, Zinder's and the Bavarian. The Bavarian Inn is good. And people up there are German. You know, it's kind of going to Sleepy Hollow in New York where it's all Dutch. Remember Mr. Ichabod Crane? Yeah. See what I mean, Americans? You don't lose anything by being integrated. If you integrate, a portion of the people's society integrates into yours. That's why you have pieces of Egyptian, Greek, Roman, and Mongol still around. And don't forget, Spanish are still around. You go to Florida, there's still some Spanish there. Portuguese, oh yeah. Portuguese is all around there. All the spices that you're eating now were part of Vasco da Gama's 1498 travels. And remember 80 years ago? And there's some people that still hate the Japanese for what happened. And what do you have today? Japanese are one of your best allies. You have hibachi restaurants all over the United States. So you go there like Benihana and other restaurants, and you have the old Japanese steak